City Council is going forward with plans to demolish a rundown house on 50th Ave and 55th Street if its owners don't shape up. The house has been an eyesore to the public for years. It's been deemed uninhabitable and a hazard both to those living in it and to surrounding neighbors. Kathy Lee has the details.
After years of looking at the shambles, the city is now doing something about the dilapidated house on 50th Avenue.
This has been a long-standing item that we've been following up on for public safety, public protection, and for the devaluation of properties in the area. And so for all of those reasons, public safety being the primary one, we've proceeded to proceed down the nuisance dwelling.
Notices are visible outside the windows, and the owner has been given a warning to clean up or face demolition.
I believe by end of June this individual would have that time frame to go in, correct any deficiencies within that structure, get it back up to snuff, so to speak, so that it is inhabitable again.
You see the piles of garbage in front of the house, and the windows and the doors are covered up. Neighbors who know him do say that the inside is even more unimaginable. Now, bulldozing the house over does sound like a drastic plan, but officials say in this case it isn't.
Not in this circumstance, not when you follow due process. When you follow due process and there's non-compliance and it puts public safety in question, then it's absolutely the right thing to do.
Council members agree the state of the house poses a danger to the public and those living in it.
If there is somebody living there, obviously safety for that person. If it becomes a fire hazard, the house itself or the yard due to untidy premises or weed growth, grass, shrubs, whatever, that's a safety for neighbors and the neighborhood.
If council decides the house is still unfit after the month notice, an order to demolish will appear before them for approval on July 25th. Kathy Lee, Newcap News.
Also at Lloydminster City Council last night, it was announced that there would be increases to both municipal landfill and recycling charges, as well as parking violation fines. Border City residents have already seen an increase in parking bylaw enforcement, especially downtown. The intent is to ensure public safety and again avoid property devaluation. Parking fines will now increase from $20 to $75, with the early payment fine reduction still in effect for all but one violation.
And in the case of handicap parking, the blue zone parking, we have eliminated the ability for you to reduce the fee or reduce the penalty for you breaking that law by making a voluntary payment early.
Fees for the Lloydminster landfill and recycling programs are also going up. The ultimate goal is for the dump and blue box programs to have full cost recovery.
Proper disposal of garbage, including proper pits and line pits and doing it right and getting it covered. It's all highly regulated, and it's a cost of doing business. If we're going to continue to grow, we're going to have garbage to handle.
The city believes that these increases bring Lloydminster in line with other similar-sized municipalities.
The big fee for residents is the blue box fee, and also they pay a portion along with that rate on their water bills for the actual operation cost of the landfill. So the blue box is going up $1 and the operation fee is going up 50 cents.
Being outdoors and soaking up the sunshine for that perfect tan is common this time of year. Bronze skin is considered by many to have the appeal of a healthy body. However, the power of the ultraviolet rays are causing irreversible damage to the skin. In this week's Health Minute, Shauna Roshik explains the harm the UV rays are doing to you and your family.
The most common source of vitamin D that the body needs comes from the sun. However, it's the ultraviolet rays that cause immediate damage to the skin, which may potentially result in a future that is not so bright.
You can be in light rooms, you can be protected, you can have a hat on and sunscreen on and light clothing on, and you'll still get the vitamin D from the sun's rays. You can also take supplements.
Even today, with all the information available explaining to us what the harmful UV rays do to our body, many still choose to ignore the facts.
Well, skin cancer in Canada this year, we're expecting more than 75,000 people to be diagnosed with skin cancer, and unfortunately more than 1,000 people will lose their lives.
Closer to home, residents diagnosed with this deadly disease is also increasing, alarming one local physician.
Prior to that, I probably got one a year or one every 2 years, but in the last year I've got 3, and I don't know how many else are out there and how many are being handled by other physicians.
Marin recommends everyone to be more vigilant in protecting the body when exposing the skin to UV rays. It may save your life.
The most preventable of all cancers, because all we have to do is follow those sun-safe guidelines of covering up and using sunscreen and protecting ourselves and staying out of the tanning beds.
For more information on sun safety, go to the Canadian Dermatology's website. For this week's Health Minute, I'm Shauna Roshik.